Bruce Chamoff from Become a Successful Podcaster. If you want to make your life a lot easier as a podcaster, you can use ChatGPT for a lot of writing of show notes and social media posts. YouTube is all for your video and your audio podcast. So I want to help you. And I'm going to go through what works for me on ChatGPT and AI in general. I'm going to give you all the details. If you like this video, please thumb it up. And also subscribe to my channel because I'm making you successful. I want to hear if you are doing any of these in the comments. So if you have any questions, I definitely want to hear what you're doing in the comments. And that's really important to me. So it's time to go. Let's do this. Now, I'm showing you a bunch of things that I've got here. I got the transcript, which ChatGPT and also Google Gemini AI Studio are not good at doing, so I'll show you an alternative. You can get your Spotify show notes. You can get a summary, so you might want to put this into your podcast as well in your show notes. A sample transcript, a related podcast episode section. This is very important because you're going to get more downloads from other episodes, from every other episode that you put this in. And you get the full HTML version. If you're not a web designer or you don't know HTML, that's fine, but you can tell ChatGPT to make you an HTML version. I just want to check the screen real fast. It looks like it's going, so that's good. It's recording. Okay, cool. I also have a YouTube description. This should probably be more. YouTube tags, YouTube image caption, and it's asking me some other things. So what it's doing is it's giving me a preview of all this. I also want to tell you about the previous episode. This is great for binge watching. I'll have another video on that. And really, that's about it. This will make your life a lot easier. Let's get into this. Now, this is part of a project. In ChatGPT, you can have projects, and you can give those projects instructions. So first thing is, I'm going to go to my project called Podcast Release Checklist. Now you can create this by, I've already done this, but you can say project name and you can type in whatever you want. All right, I'm not going to do that because I already have my project. And then you can move your you move your chats from ChatGPT into the projects, and it keeps everything very well organized. Now, those instructions also have, those projects have instructions. So you can click Edit Instructions. And these are the instructions that I have used. I'm typing exactly what I want ChatGPT to do. And you don't have to follow this exact format or order. But if you do, it is perfect. Now, I want to go over the instructions with you. First thing is if I upload a podcast transcript, and we'll talk about that shortly. Again, ChatGPT is not very good at this, so I'm going to give you the alternative. And I want to know in the comments if you use other transcript tools, like what you use. That's really important. All right, I have basically a checklist that I have right here on Google Docs. I keep changing it. This is my checklist. I want to follow this, and as you can tell, I record the video, which I'm doing now, create the transcript, and then make the show notes in Spotify, the description for YouTube tags, thumbnail. I have everything that I just showed you, even the Spotify. Oh, by the way, I did not mention these: YouTube thumbnail and Spotify thumbnail and Canva, which I use as well. I upload the video to YouTube, upload it to Spotify through Spotify for Creators. I can do a 60-second TikTok and Instagram video. I post it in my LinkedIn group. I do a post on my own LinkedIn profile. I post it in my Facebook group. I can upload the video to the World Podcast Network. There's a lot, but if you want to, you don't have to follow this checklist, but this works for me. Now, going back to ChatGPT, I'm doing all the stuff that it's going to create for the instructions. So create the transcript. Unfortunately, it doesn't do that very well, so I might remove this step. Create the show notes for Spotify. Create the show notes. Start with the introduction of the episode introduction. So I basically have one paragraph, and this is great for podcast SEO. Now, include a section, previous episode. Really important. It's important because you want to get that binge watch type of strategy. So people who might not be into the particular episode that you're watching now or listening to, they have choices. Okay, so we can do that. And you have to put the link to your podcast. I use Apple, you can use Spotify, but you need to tell ChatGPT that it can go there and get that episode. And it will find the previous episode. You want to say, this is the actual section title or section heading, and then it's going to get the latest podcast episode with a hyperlink and the HTML linking to it. So it makes the link text in the name of the episode. That's perfect. Now, in the show notes, you want to include a summary. It's going to give you a summary of the entire transcript. That's really cool, and that's great for search engine optimization. Remember, you're getting downloads. You have to have search engine optimization, SEO, for these podcast episodes individually, not just your entire podcast. And you also want to use this in YouTube as well. You take the show notes and you create a sample transcript. That's also good as well. And then the show notes include a section called related podcast episodes. And this is important because you can get a link to 5 of your podcast episodes from every single episode. So you have internal linking structures, you have backlinks. That's really important. I'll have another video on that. Really important that you put this related podcast episode section. And then you say whatever, you put the address. Mine is Become a Successful Podcaster. You can use Apple. ChatGPT reads Apple very well. And you say get 5 podcast episodes with a hyperlink to the HTML link into those 5 episodes. Make the link text the name of the episode. Now, this is similar to what we did with the previous episodes. Now, F, in my show notes, include a paragraph about me, technically about you. But I know what I've accomplished. I want to put into every show note a little bit about myself. People love that. They want to see that you are an expert and that you're an authority. And I have another video on EAT for podcasters. So that's important. Okay. Now, create the HTML version. This is important for, let's say, Spotify, for creators, or Buzzsprout, or even Libsyn. If they give you HTML, you need that HTML version. So ChatGPT is very good at creating HTML. And you want to get a YouTube description. You can write that yourself, but if you want to save time, you can have AI do it. You want to get the YouTube tags. It's also very good at finding the YouTube tags. And you want to create an image caption. You can put this image caption into Canva. Please, people, do not use ChatGPT to make your podcast artwork. It's not very good at that. You want to use a tool like Canva and try to use the AI tools there or do it yourself. It's a lot easier. I'm going to have a Canva tutorial on that as well. And when I'm done, I just hit save. Now you could change this if you want. Okay, so now when I do that, I don't have to say anything really. I don't have to tell it or give it the instructions individually because it already has the instructions from the project. Just make sure that your chat is inside that project, which is whatever you call it. Like I call it podcast release checklist. So I go back here, and this is basically what I have. It works well. It really does work well, and it gives me everything I want, and I can copy and paste these things. You could probably do this more automated with an AI agent, but I just am not doing that yet. I have ChatGPT Plus for $20 a month, and that gives me AI agents. I think it gives me like $30 a month. So I can have it do a couple of things for me, but right now it's still limited. But you could see right now that it did a lot of writing for me. It gave me all the sections. I can copy and paste that. I can even say in the instructions, because I don't think this is enough for YouTube. So I could come back into the project instructions, and I can go back in here. Project instructions. come up here, say edit instructions, and I can say write me a YouTube description, and I could just, I'm going to do this right now. I'm just going to edit this with you guys. Let's see, from the transcript and use at least, I don't know, I could say 400 words, something like that. You have to experiment with that number. And you could do the same thing with the tags as well. And I'm going to tell you, don't use more than 6 words in your image caption. That anything more than that, people kind of tune out and they kind of ignore your artwork. Okay, so this is what I do. I hit save, and then all I have to do is upload the transcript. Okay, now let me just go over the transcript with you as well. The transcript is not very good on ChatGPT. So something I do, and this is kind of it's basically a primitive step when it comes to AI. I mean, there are tools out there you could pay for, but if you don't have a lot of money, you don't want to use anything, you can go into Otter.ai. Okay, Otter.ai. And what a lot of podcasters do, again, this is a primitive step. I want to know if you do this in the comments. You can record your video and then on your phone or your microphone, and then play through the speaker and hit the record button, and it will actually transcribe what you're saying, and then you'll be able to export it. So I know that might not make some podcasters happy out there, but if you don't want to pay the money, I mean, you could upgrade. I did have a paid subscription to Otter Pro at one point, but I didn't think it was worth it because I got too many monthly minutes. I only need 300. You get 300 monthly minutes with the free version. I think it's a great thing. If you want more monthly minutes, you got to upgrade, and that's fine too. So honestly, it works. I mean, you could, now I do have a podcast episode coming out that is 3 mistakes podcasters make. I don't have that yet, but if I click on it, it will show a bunch of cool things. You can make action items and things like that. So it's very good for that. You can see the first 2 paragraphs are from my transcript. And of course, I'm going to use this recording as well for the transcript. And I want to know if you use other AI tools as well. So that's really important. I mean, you could say that in the comments. You could tell people that. And what else can I tell you? I mean, I'm starting to use this now, so I'm sharing it with everybody on YouTube. And it works. I mean, it really does. I mean, you can take the HTML. Now, let me talk about the HTML here. So this is important. Now, the HTML that was created right here, you can take that, and you don't need to know HTML. I mean, you could just paste this right into your show note editor in your particular podcast hosting platform, and that really works for me very well. So I'm very happy about that. I don't like this YouTube description. I think it's too short. But something else you could do, and I'm going to try this, and I can let you know how it works. But I'm going to go back into my instructions, and I'm going to do one thing. So in the YouTube section here, where is that? Where are you? There you are, YouTube description. I want to say include the links from the related podcast episodes section. Oops, I hit the cap locks there. Sorry. Let's see, back on. We'll see if it actually works. You have to really engineer your prompt in ChatGPT. And also I found you have to do that in Google AI Studio too. So AI is not perfect. Anyway, thank you for listening, and I'll have this up as soon as I can. I want to hear your comments. You can subscribe to my channel. I'm going to help you subscribe. I'm going to help you succeed as a podcaster and anything else. All right. Talk to you later. Thank you.